Hello, everybody. Today is day 153, and we're reading from the book Song of Solomon. The Song of Solomon, or as some refer to it as the Song of Songs, celebrates this kind of a union, a man and a woman becoming one. It's a ballad of love and affection and longing. It's an exchange of love notes, and it's a story of adoration, satisfaction, even delight and sexual desire. All of this is wrapped up in this book. It's the tale of a young woman preparing to marry her love, a handsome gentleman who adores her. So all of this is wrapped in these few chapters. They describe the emotions and the passions, their appearances, and their fears. Their vulnerability is displayed, their love and desire for one another, sometimes rather graphically. It's a biblical look at human love. There's attraction, there's love sickness, and what appears to be a pretty great wedding night. Now, after the key to the story is found in actually Psalms chapter 8 in the 11th verse. The story is of a poor family of Ephraim in which there's a girl and she is a sort of a Cinderella. The poverty of the family forces her into the vineyards where she meets this young shepherd. The story of love is here first told. Then he leaves her with the promise that he is going to return. He is absent for a very long time, and she despairs of his return. One day, the electrifying word is shouted along the way, King Solomon is coming. He takes her to his palace in Jerusalem. She at first doesn't recognize him because she knew him previously as the shepherd man, and now he is king. But he takes her to his palace in Jerusalem where most of the song takes place. When reading the Song of Solomon, you have to take off your shoes of the natural, and for the ground on which we're standing is spiritual ground. So there's a lot of analogy and symbolism that is wrapped up in this. This is a picture, though, of our relationship with Jesus Christ, our lover. We are in love with him. He has proposed to us. He has gone to prepare a place for us. The church in the Bible is described as the bride of Christ. We are awaiting his return. The bride speaks of her love for the kingdom, and any relationship of the believer to Christ must rest upon his love for the believer and the believer's love for Jesus. The return of the bridegroom after this trip abroad, the bride's happy anticipation of his return should be the attitude of the believer towards the return of Jesus Christ. This is the highest spiritual expression of any relationship that we can have with Christ. It's the high note of what is referred to, or what we've referred to in the Bible as the rapture of the church, the catching up or catching away of the believer to be with Christ. That's what's recorded in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 and the 13th through the 18th verse. This section puts into lovingly language, the lovely language, the poetry, the meaning of the rapture being snatched away. Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go out to meet him, is what the Bible says. The bride dreams of the bridegroom while he is away. This is us, the church, waiting the culmination of which we will gather together at the wedding feast, and we will celebrate the beautiful union of Christ and his church. She seeks him at night and is then unexpectedly found by the watchman. At last she is found. Solomon in all of his glory then enters into Jerusalem with his bride. This is the picture of our love relationship with Jesus. Now, while there is the natural here, we make this application of the spiritual. We're living in love with Jesus, and we will one day share his kingdom, and we will forevermore be with him in the place that he has prepared for us, and our love will be consummated there. All of this, while reading the Song of Solomon, can be challenging, difficult. It will stretch us, and many things that we just simply may not fully understand. The broad stroke meaning of this beautiful song, though, is a love relationship between God, Jesus, and his church. You and I are blessed and privileged to be, even as this girl was we referred to as some sort of a Cinderella, so we are being accepted by Jesus. We in the world are rejected. In the eyes of this culture, we are marginalized. But with Christ, he died for us. He's preparing a place for us, and he's coming again to receive us unto himself.